Guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the YouTube account. Now we do have the new patch notes that are up. Make sure that you go ahead and wait to build the new hero. We know we're getting the new hero coming tomorrow, the new awakened Hypogen hero that we haven't seen before, but definitely wait on that one, guys. Now for the Hellscape, we only have an hour left, guys. So the Curse Realm guide came up about 2 or 3 hours ago. I got up this morning, it was up. So I did score a little bit better. You'll see we actually did 23.5 billion damage within this formation. I'm going to run through this really quick, guys, show you exactly some of the heroes that we utilize in here, and also show you some of the substitutions. I'll also put a link down below for the guide. I was hoping this would be out a little bit earlier, just for the simple fact that a lot of players. So number one, guys, first one, Baden, the awakened version of Baden. Now, while I don't have Baden built myself, I do merc him, as you can see right here, from my other team. So if you have the ability to merc Baden, I know there are some places you cannot use him, but I would absolutely recommend him. Bar none, guys, merking him if you can get him. Best in slot. Even looking down the teams, you don't get till probably about Alt 4 until you get to actually using Kren, using a couple different heroes within here without that awakened version of Baden, because he is that important, guys. Grez, you should absolutely have built up quite a bit. Same with Oden, Mortis, and Twins. Even at a lower level, guys, these heroes will work pretty well with the formation, and we are running the Winged Owl in here. When you look at the Beast Resonance, guys, you really want to focus on getting the Beasts up to 6, 9, 12. The higher you build them, the better they are going to perform within these formations, and the more buffs they're going to provide to the team. Now, looking at our second formation, we have Mishka and we have Saurus. Again, two heroes you should definitely build. Neve, Scarlet, another big priority, and then the awakened version of Solus is, again, the currently number one awakened hero to build. She has utility in pretty much any single formation within AFK Arena, which is the reason why we do really focus on her. And then we are running the Rock Lizard within this formation. And again, if you think Team 1 has an SP effect, Team 2 has an SP effect, looking at Team 3, they have an SP effect. That is right, guys. It is the awakened version of Belinda that is making her way in here. If you don't have Belinda, there's a couple Kanisa and Rook subs in here as well. They have Tamaris, they have Moriel, they have Damon, they have Peanut. And there are also a couple different variations with the awakened version of Belinda. Again, I'm going to put the link to the guide down below. But she is really the driving force within this one, guys, for the damage she puts out. And of course, with her, what we have seen is she still works incredibly well, even if you don't have her in a huge investment aspect. She will still work incredibly well. Again, just built out at Legendary or a little bit less. Looking at our fourth formation, gets into, again, SP effect, the awakened version of Brutus. We have Lorzin in here. We have Skarath, which of course is the 5 pulled together. Then we do have Anasta and we have Queen. Big thing with some of the heroes, guys, Brutus, the better he's built out, the better he's going to perform. But one of the driving forces or the damage dealers in here is Anasta. Again, with the hero, the higher that you have her built, the better she's going to perform, the more damage she's going to put out, and also the mitigation factor that she's going to provide. Lorzin's in here for the link, also for the amplification. I feel I need to build him out a little bit more because this is a pretty basic build. Now, if you don't have the awakened version of Brutus, this is actually a comp that players are putting Mulan in where Brutus is, guys. So having a dimensional hero that can actually sub in for that awakened version of Brutus is really cool to see. And it goes through, if you don't have Lorzin, you can do Tamaris, you can do Mulan, you can also do Damon. If you don't have Skarath, you can do Moriel. If you don't have Anasta, you can put Joan, Merlin, Desira, Peanut, as well as the awakened version of Solus. So there are a lot of variations. I know over on Cursed Friends, they do an incredible amount of research, guys. And most of the time when these guides come out, players score a lot better within this game mode. Now, looking at this one's super unique, guys, because you need Kayleen, and you need Kayleen to have a really big build on this one. For it to be effective, you can see we have her 309, I believe, over the plus 30 engraving at this point. She requires a minimum 209, the furniture on her, of course, being very important. But the problem that we find within here is the banish that we get from Tassie adds a whole nother RNG factor in here. So essentially with this one, guys, Palmer will provide his buffs. Kalos will cube Kayleen. We have Rosaline back here for Kayleen, just allowing her to just amplify the damage that she's putting out. She also provides a considerable amount of crowd control, which again, in here, it is a little bit of RNG when it comes to this battle. Now, looking down here, the only substitution or the change that I've seen within the formation, there are a couple alts in here that are running Eins. So the old school was the running of Eins, but there are, again, a couple ones in here that run Eins. So if you do have Eins built, he is going to be the substitution for Kayleen in a couple different formations. And again, this game mode is very, very, very important on who you have built and where you have them built to. I cannot stress that enough, guys. Again, if you don't have Kayleen, Eins would be the substitution to kind of throw in here and really maximize the damage in here. Final best in slot still runs the original version of Thane. We talked about him yesterday, guys, during our live stream. The original version of Thane is still the best in slot here. However, the original version of Thane takes a 30960, so a plus 30 signature item, 9 of 9 furniture, 60 engraving to really be the best in slot when it comes to damage. This is focused on the invade that we have right here. And then, of course, with Thane being the strongest, Rain is actually going to buff up Thane, which is what we want to happen in here. Again, there are a couple variations in here, including the original version of Belinda in here, using Vathiel in here, using Estrilda in here. There's a lot of DPS subs, including Prince of Persia. Shamira is actually in here. Lucretia, Audrey. Again, there's a lot of variations of this mode, guys. But again, I want to go through, we got 4 more challenges, hoping that we can get, and I wonder if we have enough for a furniture pull. And I'm trying to get that very, very last furniture, which we do not. I'm missing one single piece for the awakened version of Belinda to actually take her to the 9 of 9 furniture to have her completely built out at that time, guys. But again, I'm hoping with 4 challenges left, we can score a little bit better, because remember, this is going to be the driving factor when it comes to getting Stargazer cards, but also those Temple of Time emblems are the ones that we're looking for. So let's go ahead and activate this. We're at 14%, which is where we kind of land, guys. Even with what we put in here, I know about $100 a month. Again, roughly, we talked about it on live stream. I usually land about the 10 to 20% depending on the boss. Again, just based on the heroes that I have built. At this point, I have kind of set aside the power leveling. I'm not focusing on the power leveling right now. I am focusing on the hero builds, which is why we focus that on the Noble Society. I'm building up pets a little bit, but building up the heroes as well, so we continue to really maximize the damage in here. And again, guys, there's only an hour left, so they're probably about roughly an hour when we get this out, but there's a 10%. That is the RNG factor that we're talking about, guys. So with 1 hour and looking at the leaderboard, that is going to yield us time emblems. Look at that. A lot of engraving mats, almost a full level when it comes to the Twisted Essence that we got over here with the Elder Tree, engraving mats, and then some beasts. So that, again, makes me think the reason for building Belinda. And again, if you're getting in here and building out much further, guys, the rewards in here are very, very sweet, which is the reason why we focus it. So I hope you make note of this, guys. Make note of the guides when they come out. Even though there are updates kind of week to week, usually within the rotation, we might have 2 or 3 new heroes. If you're not building them out, the old guides will serve their purpose, guys, as they do today. All right, so that'll do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.